Ladies and gentlemen, Delilah DeVille. A name synonymous with high fashion, cheekbones that could cut glass, and legs that stretched from here to, well, you get the idea. She graced every magazine cover, strutted down every runway, and dated every rock star, tech billionaire, and vaguely European prince. Then, disaster. A rogue photographer out for revenge captured a poorly timed sneeze that twisted her face, and suddenly, the world saw Delilah for who she truly was, a human. The photo went viral. Brands dropped her faster than a D-list celebrity who dropped an F-bomb. Delilah DeVille, the untouchable queen of the fashion world, had fallen. From the penthouse to the pizza shop. The transition from runway to rolling dough wasn't exactly smooth. Delilah, accustomed to the hushed reverence of fashion assistants, struggled to adapt to the environment of a roadside pizza shop. She missed the scent of expensive perfume and the gentle hum of private jets. At Tony's, she wasn't Delilah DeVille, international supermodel. She was just the new girl who kept fucking up the orders and burning the crusts. The customers, who used to be jealous, treated her with the same disdain they reserved for the overflowing trash can by the door. It was a humbling experience, to say the least. Frigging bastards. Despite her struggles, Delilah refused to give up her supermodel swagger. She had once graced the covers of top fashion magazines, but now found herself in a pizza shop, a far cry from the glitz glamour and ass-kissing she was used to. She strutted on the counters as if they were a catwalk, her every step exuding confidence and poise. The customers couldn't help but notice her elegance, especially in such an ordinary setting. Tossing pizza boxes like they were designer handbags, she brought a touch of high fashion to the mundane task. Her colleagues were both amused and impressed by her unique style. Needless to say, they were all guys and wanted to get some. She answered the phone with a sultry purr, even when the caller was just asking about the daily special. Her voice, once used to charm fashion editors, now added a touch of glamour to pizza orders. She treated every pizza delivery like a high-fashion photo shoot, posing dramatically at the customer's doorstep with a Beyoncé fan and forcing them to take a picture before handing over the steaming cardboard box. Her unique approach to pizza delivery wasn't exactly efficient. She often took longer than necessary, ensuring every move was picture perfect. And the pizza was cold. What the fuck did she care? She often got lost on her way to deliveries because she was a dingbat. Her sense of direction honed in the well-marked streets of Milan and Paris proved useless. The winding roads, identical houses, and lack of high-end designer shops left her bewildered and looking stupid. She once delivered a vegetarian pizza to a hunter and a meat lover's pizza to a vegan book club. And she didn't give a shit. Everywhere delivery she made, chaos ensued. It pissed the customers off. But Delilah's charm and style turned every mishap into a delightful spectacle for all the dirty, rusty old men in the Aries. After a while, Delilah's start to give up on glamour. Nobody appreciated it in that raggedy little backwater town. She decided to become like them, a mess. Gone were the perfectly sculpted eyebrows, the meticulously applied makeup, and the laser-smooth skin. She felt no need to dazzle the locals anymore. She took on a more average, basic Brenda look. Delilah embraced her natural hair, her bare face, and her untouched skin with a newfound confidence. This included, much to the horror of Tony and his customers, her armpit hair. Long, coarse, flowing, and dark, Delilah's armpit hair became a topic of much disgust at Tony's totally tubular pizza. It was the middle of summer, boiling hot in the pizzeria, and Delilah only wore wife beaters, her naked armpits flailing around all the food. Tony tried to address the issue, delicately suggesting that perhaps she might consider, trimming it a bit, or opting for t-shirts. He was careful with his words, so she wouldn't file a lawsuit against him. Delilah, however, was having none of it. She stood her ground firmly, making it clear that she was not going to change for anyone. She was a strong, hairy, pitted woman who wasn't going to take shit from no man. This, she declared, pointing to her hairy underarms, is my statement. It was a declaration of her independence and her refusal to conform to outdated beauty standards, or standards of hygiene and cleanliness. She was kinda gross. Delilah ended up quitting because the majority of her tips were, wash and shave your pits when you work around food, you nasty cunt. Even without Delilah's distracting presence, Tony's totally tubular pizza continued to struggle. The absence of her chaotic and yucky energy did little to improve the dire situation. The lingering aroma of Diva's sweat and desperation clung to the walls like a stubborn grease stain, refusing to be scrubbed away no matter how hard poor Tony tried. Customers remained wary, haunted by memories of flying armpit hair and unsolicited fashion advice. Delilah ruined everything. What a twat. Tony, drowning in debt and marinara sauce, thought about selling the shop and moving to a remote island where pizza and supermodels were just myths. One sweltering afternoon, a mysterious woman entered the pizza shop. Her presence was like a breath of fresh air in the stifling heat. She wore a large, floppy hat and dark sunglasses. Wait, aren't all sunglasses dark? Anyway, they concealed her features. Her aura piqued the curiosity of the remaining staff. She ordered a large pepperoni pizza with extra cheese, paid in cash, and left without a word. The transaction was swift, almost too smooth for Tony's liking. That trick was up to something. But Tony was too exhausted to be suspicious, so shrugged and tossed the money in the till. He couldn't afford to question a paying customer. It was Delilah. Tony, she purred like Eartha Kitt. I have a proposition for you. She opened a briefcase she was carrying. It had stacks and stacks of cash, enough to make it rain on 2 whole strip clubs on a Friday night. I've decided to embrace my entrepreneurial spirit, she explained. I'm starting a new business. A high-fashion pizza delivery service. Think private jets, champagne, designer pizza boxes, and gourmet toppings, and high-priced call girls. Tony stared at her, speechless and giddy. And so, DeVille's Divine Deliveries was born.